So welcome back everyone to today's video, and today we are going spreading slurry. So we're putting slurry on for our second coat in preparation for our second coat. So as you know, we don't put any bagged fertilizer on our grass, it's all digestate. So we're going with about 2,800 gallons, I think is working out. So we've got the 3,000 gallon Slurrykat tanker on with the dribble bar. Have it on the 165 because 150 is currently occupied on the sprayer. I would like to have it on the 150 for GPS purposes, but look, can't have everything we can manage without. So we'll get on it. So you've already seen this tanker plenty of times. 3,000 gallons, 12 meter dribble bar, 710 tires, air and hydraulic brakes, the whole lot. Brilliant tanker. So yeah, if I washed it now, it would look practically brand new. She's 8 years old, believe it or not. So you wouldn't think it, but she works well. So we have her greased up, she's oiled up, she's fueled up, everything's ready to go. But first and foremost, I have to go and agitate the lagoon. So before I forget, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. It really helps the channel grow and it gives me a bit more motivation to keep them going. So just have the drone here for you for later on. So we have the 145 Maximum is on our 25-foot NC lagoon agitator. So I'm going to stick her into the lagoon here now for about half an hour while I potter around at other things, and we'll just give it a quick stir up. We were spreading slurry yesterday, Dad was busy at it. I was just doing other things, so yeah, he's gone off for a few days, so it's my turn. So we have, what have we got left? We have 20 and 20, 40 acres to cover. So that's approximately what, 35 load or so, 34 load. So if I get my arse into gear, I should get about 15 load done today, and at least 15 load for tomorrow. So bales are all stacked up there, as you can see. So this yoke, you just have to watch because you have some swing. She's 25 foot hanging out the back. So I get her into the lagoon and I'll show you that when I get it in. So we're agitating away here now. The hay fever is really getting to me. Sorry if I sound really nasally or that, but yeah. So obviously it's the first year we've had the stirrer, and to be honest we should have had it sooner, because last year when this got low it just got real thick at the bottom, obviously because we took all the liquid out of it. So this year every time we go out take stuff out of it now, we make sure we stir it. So it's doing a good job there. I'm lifting it up and down every now and then, just want to try and get the edges there. You can see there, not really turning the whole pile, but yeah, just getting all levels. But we've only got about 7 foot left, I'd say, so it's getting fairly low. So I take another couple of loads out of this today, you'll see it draining fairly quick. It holds approximately 800,000 gallons, maybe a little more. It was originally changed size a couple of times. We couldn't get the depth first off, so we had to go wider. And then we hadn't enough material to finish the bank, so we had to go wider again. So we probably ended up with about 300,000 gallons more than we originally planned, but that's ideal. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. So we get this emptied anyway and hopefully get a bit back in it for the stubbles. That'd be the plan. But yeah, for going second crop, this is digestate here now. All of our grass gets, they get 1.5 bags of potash every 2 years, just to top up the levels, and the rest of it's just pure digestate. And we get 3 cuts consistently off that, so we're trying to reduce our costs the whole time. Obviously you've got the cost of spreading it and whatnot, but look, it's compared to bags, it's not too bad. So just filling up here now, and we've had a new arrival here on the farm in the last week. So Luna had her foal, lovely little filly. Haven't named her yet, but hopefully she will turn into something good and give us a few days out. And there's our other 3-year-old over there. She'll be gone now shortly to be broken. So yeah, just something else. Nice to have a bit of an interest in something else. So I was reading an article there just while this is filling. I was reading an article there about how on the Farmer's Journal that 1,400 tillage farmers exited last year, and to be honest with you, it's really like no wonder why. You can see it there. Just the way prices have gone, I suppose, the way the weather is. I mean, it's just so uncertainty. Like, I mean, they were making more money in the 1980s out of tillage than we are now, basically getting the same price, but inputs are 6-7 times as high. So it's just hard to see where the Irish tillage sector is going to go. I mean, the government want to increase the tillage size, but I mean, if the profitability is not there, what is the point? So look, I don't know, not looking for handouts or anything like that, but like, I think these chemical companies and co-ops and the government in general are a lot to be accounted for. They're making most of the money. I mean, as the saying goes, there's a lot of money in agriculture, there's no money in farming. But yeah, look, there is money, but it's tough work. Like, it's a lot of work. You're taking a big gamble there. You're putting your crops in. One of them, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what the weather's going to be like. You don't know what inputs you're going to have to put on it. You're at the mercy of fertilizer. That can go any direction, and I believe it's probably only going to go up next year. I don't know if you're watching Farm Theory there. Definitely for Northern Ireland. I'm not too sure about the south, but I'd imagine we follow suit. It's just a lot of uncertainty. So maybe organic's the way to go, I don't know. So, but then you can't get rid of the plough to have the plough if you're going organic, to try to keep weeds at bay. But anyway, look, just if you read a few articles here, there and everywhere when you get a bit of time, you know, or sitting here filling, you've got a couple of minutes there, side tube there, you can walk away. But yeah, it's just one of those things, just hard to see where tillage will be going. Like, we were looking at maybe upgrading the sprayer, might not now, because just the way things are going, might be as well just hold off what we've got. Same with sort of the tractors, just hold on to things, keep things going. We've progressed a lot over the last few years. Last 8 years. 2017 I came home. Tanker was the first investment, probably big investment. And after that we progressed, and then we're sort of at a point now where we're okay for a little while, which is ideal. It's a nice place to be. So I want to grow the cattle side of things. I think I want to put up a shade, 1 or 2 bits like that. Maintenance around the yard, that's a big one. You've got to keep on top of that. If you forgo that, then the yard just starts, you know yourself, just starts going down. So this hasn't got slurry yet, but you can see the regrowth that's coming back on it now, despite having no rain. I mean, there's a good bit of regrowth there. So we get a shower of rain, like everything's greening up nicely. There is some regrowth. I'm very, very surprised. Came down here yesterday with Dad for a load just to see, and Jesus, I couldn't get over it now. Like, that'll be fit to cut there in another 6 weeks. So it will. But yeah, very, very impressed now with the regrowth here. So a bit of slurry on it now and all, we'll get it absolutely spot on. So we get out and we put on digestate. We're travelling about 5.3 kilometers an hour. Yeah, putting out approximately 2.8. I think it works out at about 2.8. If I'm not mistaken, this tractor just doesn't have GPS, so a bit of a balls that way, but look, you can't have everything every way. So I can start to see, look, it's at the end of the world, we overlap a little bit, so it should be alright. But shower rain, now that clouds, you don't know, thunderstorm warning for today. You just don't know what will happen. So, but anyway, grass is growing, surprisingly, with no rain. So this is a bit there I'm going to reseed now. After second coat, it's going to get reseeded. Just going to kill it off, disc it up, throw in some fresh grass seeds, roll it down. Happy days, sheep will graze it then. And should be good to go next year. That'd be the plan. That'd be the plan. So there's one or two bare spots in it there, and just rather than take it out of commission at the moment, get a second coat off and get it disced up then afterwards and sowed down, be perfect. So yeah, but lovely regrowth there now in fairness. You can just about see the tracks. You can just about see where I last spread. Oh sugar, I'm overlapping there a little bit, whoops. But anyway, look, not to worry. Yeah, about 4 loads will do this in the paddock here. I think it's about 5 acres in it, so 4 loads should cover it. And we get that done fairly handy. I'm going to move the bulls actually as well there. I'm letting them graze down that final paddock now. I pulled them off the 2. They were previously in early because left a bit of a cover on it there to let it grow back quicker because there was no rain. So that's now growing back, and I'm letting them graze out that one fairly well down. Just to basically, there's a bit of rain coming and I'll sprinkle a bit of nitrogen on top of it. You swear to God I actually know what I'm talking about. I haven't a clue. I am just purely learning as we go along, between grazing cattle and all, trying to get it right. I'm by no means an expert, but that's just what I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, it might work, it might not. I should have plenty of grass, and then they can always be let out into that behind me. Then I can take about 4 acres of that. I can make it into 2 extra paddocks for them if that was needed. So I have the option there. So that's growing back. That was mowed, now there's good cover. We're coming back on that as well. So I could do that either if I had to, so I'm not going to be stuck for grass, you know, that sort of way. But like, yeah, have options. So, but I'm going to let them graze it out, and then I'll probably, before they finish it, maybe for half a day, I'll just put the topper in on top of it, literally top it, and let them graze it over. But yeah, happy enough how we're going. Tanker's working perfectly. I didn't give it a wash before we started. Just sort of wash it 2-3 times a year. I'll be out after that. She got a grease, tractor got a grease, full of diesel, the whole lot. So we're good to keep going. So have to run into Liffey Mills, get some spray, get some feed for calves. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, we're after getting a few drops of rain here. Nothing major. Just enough to keep the dust down for a minute. Yeah, nothing really major now. Wouldn't mind seeing just a small bit of a shower, but that will come in time. There's no need to panic. When it starts raining, it probably is not going to stop. So we'll enjoy it while we can. So filling up here now is grand and handy. You just sit here waiting in the dry. But didn't get any thunderstorms anyway. Let us know down below in the comments if you got any thunderstorms or how much rain you've got. We got nothing, literally nothing here. Dust at still rise. So yeah, it is what it is. But the grass is growing well, it's nice and warm. Cattle are quite content. You can see them there. Their bulls are lying down there, and then the calves are lying out over there as well. So they're still happy out, even out in the rain. So look, we won't panic. We'll just keep ticking along nicely. So yeah, getting through it now. Had to do a few odd jobs today there. Bit a bit haphazard. Only got 8 loads out today so far, so not too bad. But I've been here, there and everywhere, so that's grand. Just tipping along. Tomorrow now the plan is to go spraying early tomorrow, and then come back and do some slurry. And then Thursday, I'm gone off Thursday, but I'll come back and do some spraying Thursday evening. And I think the weather is to change on Saturday if I'm not mistaken. So look, yeah, we'll just keep going. But at the moment anyway, the thing is, the only thing about this tanker is we got the smaller pump on it. We should have put a 13,500 litre pump on it. I think she's got 10,500 litres. The Abby has a 13.5 and she fills so much quicker. So much quicker than this one. So probably we will change the pump on this. So spreading away here now at the moment. It's grand, not too bad. It's gone a bit warmer today. We got a little bit of rain last night, not a lot, about 2 mil. So we're due more this weekend anyway, so it's not too bad. So I'm finishing off the slurry. So we're in the tanker. I just said I'd show you what it's like afterwards. So I'll just walk over here now to the dribble bar lines. So there it is there. So as you can see, that slurry is like, it's pure water like. So them lines won't stay there. If you're using thick cattle slurry, they would, but they'll disappear fairly quick. First bit of rain, even the dew, but they're regrowth in about what, 10 days. Like, it's not too bad. Now look, yeah, there's some, it is bare in spots, but it's all there. Like, it's a drop of rain, it'll be happy out. So we should have a good second cut. That's the aim here now. We're putting out about 2,800 gallons of slurry in the aim of a good second cut. The first cut was probably poor enough as things go, like 6-7 bales an acre. Generally that's poor, but that's just the way the grass was. I seen fields cut there today actually, and it looked a great crop from across the ditch, but geez, when it was cut there, there was nothing in it. Like, it was just all stem. There's no actual body to the grass, and that's just, I think, down to the fact we had sort of a prolonged winter. Temperatures didn't really get up in the springtime, and then it just got really dry. I just think grass just didn't get, you know, a chance to grow properly. And look, maybe that's it, but I don't know. But we're spreading away anyway. So 165 Slurrykat tanker on. Great tanker, love this tanker. 8 seasons now. In her 8th season, I think. Yeah, I think she's in her 8th season. Not an issue on her at all. Great tanker, love it. Love it. So yeah, we keep spreading. We've got nearly all the first cuts done. Virtually, there's a couple of bits, but that won't be for another little while. T2, that's done on the wheat, as you would have seen. After that then, just sort of a bit of maintenance work. Finish this slurry. Keep the cattle ticking over. We'll go see the bulls actually, might move them. Keep the cattle ticking over, and that's basically it then. Bit tidying up, get ready for harvest. Bulls happy out grazing there, all lying down nice and content, what you want to see. Still plenty of grass there, started long and stemmy in spots. I may get the topper out. Just the way it is, I suppose. But plenty of grass coming back. They're not going into that one yet, they're going into the furthest one. So I might give another day in there. And then moving this will be our next paddock to go to after. Sorry, this is the next paddock. Just in here, just beside the calves. And then once the bulls graze that out, I let the calves into this whole section here. And by that time, the bottom half will be in paddocks for the bulls. So some of them are quite content to sit in the shed in the sun, and some of them are quite happy to sit outside. So yeah, once they're happy, that's all that matters. So they're getting meal, plenty of hay. The other lads still have moved 3 now this evening. Moved 3 of them, and yeah, 3 extra off milk, and that just leaves the 10 youngest on milk for about another week and a half or so. They're just 9 weeks now, so I'll bring them on to about 12 weeks. So 2 weeks, yeah, it's not too bad. They're only on once a day now anyway, so it's not too bad. I just went the wrong way. So it's about 8 o'clock here in the evening. I'm just up here in Selbridge spraying a crop of wheat, and to be honest with you, this is probably the best crop of wheat we have. I sprayed my own crop there yesterday. I didn't have the camera with me. I just went across and sprayed a bit of it there. And to be honest with you, I did take a video of it. Yeah, it is in this video. So go back and have a look at that and compare that to this. Like, this crop is just, this is brilliant. This is a lovely crop. But the crop I sprayed of my own one yesterday, it's not so great. And this should be traditionally heavy ground, so it would have held the moisture. It also got a bit more rain. It also got washed over there 2 nights ago, so that would have perked right back up as well. But even before that, it was getting rain on and off. So yeah, this just goes to show you the lack of moisture in the ground. Some spots that's light enough, it really affects the crops. Look, it won't be too bad. The other crop isn't a bad crop either, it's just not a great crop. It's certainly not like this. So you can see there is a bit of disease pressure in this. It's either that or scorching on top of the leaves. It could be scorching actually, because everything else looks quite clean. So it might even just scorching from the last tank I put on this, because it would have been quite hot. The tank itself with the oil oat mix in it there, and the temperatures were up, so could have a factor to play in it. So maybe that's what it is, but it's generally a lovely crop. I'm really looking forward to cutting this one. This is the crop. This is the crop. I reckon this will be the best crop of the season here. I'm calling it now. And I'll save this clip and I can come back to it then if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think this is the best crop anyway. So yeah, get out here, fold up, get on up to Clane now, and go spray another 60 acres this evening, and then finish it in the morning. That'll be the plan. Back to Ratanga then in the morning to do another tank, because I have no water over there. I ran out of water, so I had to drive across, come back, drive across. So hence why I want a bigger sprayer, and maybe next year we might have a bigger sprayer. So we might not. I'd love to, but the price of them, I don't know, they're pricey outfit. This sprayer is great. It's perfect for what I was doing, but now I'm doing a bit more. So I would rather just a bigger sprayer, just for capacity wise, for coming up the likes of up here and stuff like that. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. So yeah, look, we'll get out of here, get filled up again, and spray the remaining, and hopefully get home at some sort of reasonable time this evening, because currently I'm about an hour and a half away from home, I think. Yeah, about an hour and a half. So yeah, that's it for T2. All done. You can see the orange, I think it's the pollen off the plants. But yeah, all done. So not too bad. Still daytime, 10 o'clock now, so it's not too bad. Yeah, 10 o'clock. We get home now in about an hour, so won't be too bad at all. Ah, the rain is falling, thank God. So it's lovely soft rain there. It's fallen the last 2 hours. So we had a busy evening there yesterday, done all the spraying there yesterday, because the rain today is coming a little earlier than expected. So yeah, just got it done. Just decided to go yesterday evening, get it done, get it out of the way. I was busy this morning doing other bits and bobs, so now I'm back just finishing off a load of slurry to pass the rest of the day. So yeah, that's sort of it for this week. I'd imagine we're got all, what have we got? About 15 load left to go. Probably do that tomorrow. I'd say Dad will probably do that. Move the bulls. Didn't have the camera with me. I should have. They're actually really easy to move. They're much obliging, this crowd. At least they go where you want them to go so far. So they graze down their paddock fairly well there. I'll have to get the topper into it now. Answer the topic because it's gone a bit stemmy for them. I will reseed that bit of a paddock there at the end of the year. So after we get our third cut, our second cut, and they have the open field down the bottom, I'll reseed the first little bit of it there. About 3 acres in it, so we'll reseed that. And then next year do the same again, and then following year do the far one, and be grand, not a bother on it. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, the views are a bit hit and miss. I don't know what's going wrong. I guess there's such a variety of different YouTubers out there now, which is great to see. There's so many different people to watch. It's brilliant, everyone showcasing agriculture and the good side of it. But yeah, just don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll chat to you in the next one. Enjoy.